gotta, just because Parker's on that team, you gotta stop playing favorites.
I denied him so many points.
You
See how it is.
Oh my
I have.
Well, wait, see how it is. It's time for competitive.
It is not for competitive.
Convene.
What can I do it?
Mark.
Oh, perfect. I'll challenge us to
So, convene. We'll say convene. Would you like to hear more bag lore? Or do you want to see frisbee lore? Alright, all this consists of is I'm going to just throw it in the crowd and you guys have to duck. I'm kidding. So basically, Ultimate Frisbee, it's a game played by 2 teams, 7 people on the team at one time. I know what you're thinking. How do you know so much about this? You'll never know. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And what game would you guys like to play today?
We're going to challenge them to a game of story, die.
Oh. Dun dun dun.
We accept.
Dun dun dun.
Woo! Chris. So this is a high stakes game because it has die in the name. And we're not talking about a cube. We're talking about death. So the way this is going to work is, since this is a competition game, we're going to get 2 people from each team to play this game. And they'll be just telling a story. And they'll be going about based off of the suggestion you give them. And at some point, say we have Charlie and Mooney up here, for example. And Charlie's telling the story, and I say, Mooney. Mooney then takes the place wherever Charlie was in the story, keeps going, until I then call another name out. Let's say I say, Jack. He stopped. What that means is he is out then, and he dies. Basically, you have to keep telling the story unless I call you out and switch with someone, or I mess you up by calling out someone else's name.
Okay.
So from the red team, who do we have as your fighters?
Me.
So, wonderful. Blue team?
Mooney and Parker.
Wonderful. Oh, yes.
And if you guys would like to get your suggestions.
Hello! Can we get a suggestion? Can we get a suggestion for like your favorite kind of story your grandma used to tell you?
Dating stories.
Sci-fi.
Dating stories! Let's go! I love grandma's dating stories.
So, a dating story.
A dating story. So, it all begins a long, long time ago in a place far, far away. Grand Forks. My grandma woke up one morning and decided to herself, you know what? I'm tired of this whole being single thing. I've decided instead I'm going to find myself a husband, and I'm going to do it the best way possible, by cooking the most amazing hot dish the universe has ever seen. Now this is no small feat. I know many of you think that your grandmas may have the greatest hot dish in the land, but I assure you, this is nothing compared to what you're used to.
Salem.
This is composed only of Thanksgiving leftovers. It's the best kind of hot dish. It's got turkey, stuffing. You might call it dressing. Not her. She's not a vegan. Anyway, she is throwing it all in there because she believes that Thanksgiving leftovers make the best food. There's a problem with this.
Parker.
It just needs a little bit more of the pizzazz. And so what does my grandma do? Well, she goes, well, I don't want to go grocery shopping. That's a lot of effort. I'm just going to use what's in my fridge. And so on top of all of the Thanksgiving leftovers, there's a bag of Colby shredded cheese, some sriracha, and some mayo.
And she cooks it up, but it's still missing something. So she goes under the sink and finds the blue stuff you use to clean the sink out and puts that in there. And it is to die for. So said her first husband. And then the second one, and then the third one, and then the fourth one, and the fifth one moved to like Cleveland or something. But then the sixth one, he had an iron stomach, and he loved it. And he loved her even more for her acidic hot dish.
Mooney.
And it was that love of the acidic hot dish that caused them to one day decide they needed to share this acidic hot dish with the world. And so was created the world's greatest hot dish company, Culver's. I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound like what I know, but trust me, it's facts. So they figured out a way to like brew it down into a really like fast food style process, and eventually got rid of the hot dish entirely.
And put it into ice cream. Now, they've moved on to custard, but the ice cream was the real deal. It was so good, it could grow back a limb, and did several times. And it in fact grew back limbs that weren't there in the first place. It wasn't concerning. The EPA thought it was neat. FEMA was a little concerned when the whole town started growing new limbs. FEMA was like, hey, maybe we don't do that.
Charlie. So Representative 12-Arm Johnson had a talk with them. He was like, no, this is a good thing. I am not biased in any which way. So say any of my 6 hands and these 6 Bibles I am swearing on right now. And that's just how things went for a while. 12-Arm Johnson was so convincing that Culver's kept having their freak-ass ice cream sold to the world, and it was scrum-diddly-umptious.
Parker. So with the success of Culver's after their ice cream was allowed, you would think Culver's would be excited. Incorrect. Culver's was actually quite lonely. No, not the owner of Culver's. The brick and mortar establishment, Culver's, was very lonely. He needed something more. He needed connection, a real Dairy Queen, if you will. Thus began the creation of all of the other fast food chains, Culver's being the first. Culver's and Dairy Queen had a very spicy and tumultuous relationship, but eventually Dairy Queen decided, you know what, that Jack in the Box is looking mighty big. And then,
But Jack in the Box was not into that gender. And so pretty dashing and good looking. I'm talking about McDonald's and their pride. Now, McDonald's was into Taco Bell, which was kind of a problem because Taco Bell was kind of having an on and off again relationship with Taco John's, which was kind of weird because they both did tacos and like they didn't want to bond with each other over tacos. And so they had to like find new interests to be into, but neither of them were.
Some of them were a little not safe for work, we'll leave it at that. You know, OSHA definitely couldn't be called in, you know, had to wear safety equipment and stuff like that. Good news is that unfortunately, eventually the federal government did catch on, and they did have to shut down the entire operation. Not for what you're thinking, it's not because of the ice cream, it was actually because of an unrelated labor issue. They weren't paying their workers, it was a whole thing.
Juice. Mooney, it's your time to die.
How is Mooney gonna die?
Taco Bell.
Yeah,
The dolphin attack.
Dolphin attack?
That ice cream.
Oh! Look at the pretty little dolphins! Oh, they're so. Oh no! Why are they getting closer? No! Quick! Ah!
All right, Charlie, would you like to step in?
That wasn't the only reason that wasn't the only reason there was problems. The problem was the plumbing had gone bad, and there were rats that weren't fixing the plumbing. It was a very progressive business. They hired rats to do their hard labor. They pay the rats, but not the people. Don't ask me why. I don't run the business. I'm just telling you about it. Anyway, so these rat plumbers, they got in there, and they started helping out big time.
Mooney.
Oh.
He's dead.
I know.
Oh. All right, how's Charlie dying?
Rat plumber.
That ice cream.
The rats. They plumbed you to death.
Oh,
my God.
Hi there, Mr. Rat.
This is not safe for public viewing.
All right, Parker, you want to hop in?
Yeah, sure. With all the issues of plumbings and plumbing rats and the federal government and all of that, the fast food industry needed to develop a distraction so that people didn't care about health benefits. Mascots. The first one being McDonald's with Ronald McDonald. He was a big clown with big feet. And you know what they say about big feet? Low prices. God damn it.
All right, how does Parker die?
The bad ice cream. Bad ice cream.
I like bad ice cream.
Bad ice cream?
The custard's got to you.
Okay, yeah, the custard got to me. All right. Man. Wow, this is like, that's a lot of ice cream. Wait, that one's got a gun. That's like bad ice cream. You're like bad, like wow. So handsome. So bad. Oh, bang. Oh, no.
All right, Sally, would you like to finish the story out?
Why doesn't look down?
Oh no.
See, you know what they say about big feet? They leave big trails, and Mr. McDonald had been doing some walking all over town, doing some weird things. Not illegal things, just weird. For instance, licking subway balls. That's not okay. Also, touching chickens without permission. I'm talking about actual chickens with feathers. Roosters? No. The moral of the story is, don't make hot dish from Thanksgiving leftovers.
Wonderful. Please.